Okay, step right up to my first time listening to Tron Ares. And now I'm down in it. I'd love to hear a mashup of that with the background world. I almost started singing over it, but then I thought that would be bad for you. Fun for me, though. They're both kind of 80s sheened. They both have the little percolating, plucky little that keeps things propelled forward with a nice slow 4 on the floor and a kind of trashy offbeat hi-hat. It sounds kind of like on a drum kit when you have a stack. The other thing this has in common with the background world is lots of chords, and they move in unpredictable ways. Upon initialization of the song, bringing up the keyboard. Okay. Okay, we got a nice big A. Power chord. Well, he keeps the A up top. There it is. It moves fast. Okay. I'm into it. I'm in it. Raw in it. Forked reality. Loves his octaves. Fuck this chord and everyone. note that he's going to next, ultimately, he hits that note an octave lower first. So go. See? Then again. That's our target. And then again. This is 1. This is 4. Ish. This is flat 6 and this is flat 2. So it's got that Phrygian sound. Phrygian is dark. It's evil. I like the sound design. I like the texture of that. It's very red and fiery, which is, you know, I think the color of TRON. But is it the PAX? No. Milo's just vibing. Next is Alive As You Need Me to Be, which I've heard a bunch of times and got to see live. It was so fun live. I was dancing. I couldn't help myself. This one has a heavy voice noise production element. Matt, that's voice noise right there. I love that kick. He knows how to make you dance.
The way it makes me feel, infection. It's trying to find a way to let itself out.
I think TRON and Atticus came up with sort of the idea, and I'm thinking this theme might come back. Send it to Boys Noise, and I think he came up with the beat and the bass. Dance music producers know how to make you move. That's kind of their whole goal, right? Is to get you moving and have that energy flowing through you and that excitement. There's so many little things that Boys Noise is doing that, you know, I don't typically hear in Nine Inch Nails songs. The marriage of his dance music skills with this Nine Inch Nails song works supremely well, I think. But it's exciting. I love bass music. It's like a giant umbrella of dance music. So when I first heard this, I was like, oh, hey now, something's different. And I like what he's bringing to the table here. So just that clap on 4 with the silence, dance music producer. You feel it so physically. It's like being slapped in a good way. It's a transitional element, and he uses it throughout the song. And then this, the bass, highly syncopated against the 4 on the floor. It makes the 4 on the floor feel groovier. He does this cool kick, kick, kick thing. Back. Now listen to the hi-hats. There's a lot of little hi-hat details, and you wouldn't believe how much that adds to the groove and makes something danceable. There's sizzling back there, and there's a bunch of them that are like right between, like on the either side of the kick. It makes the groove happen. And then he has all these risers, right? So we got a pre-chorus with the vocoder. Yeah, 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 yeah. Do you feel the riser? Dance music producer. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, okay, so, yeah. It starts out on the beats and then switches to the off beats. Yeah, 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 yeah. Meow, 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 meow. Okay, so let's talk about the composition real quick. So we got, okay, so this is a chromatic 6 and flat 6, and then a flat 3 and 1. So it does not fit perfectly into a scale or anything, but it sounds kind of like a minor scale with a little bit of a chromatic note right here. This one. Give me something to believe in. His melody, oh sorry, is totally minor pentatonic. No, 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 that's the flat 6. And it's the best thing in the entire song. Next is echoes. Detuned synth in the back. That delay. Or echo. It's it has a lot of his hallmarks. It has a lot of octave action, ninths, and unexpected chromatic notes. Even this part, whatever it was. was felt kind of a warm placey. And then yeah, a lot of detuned synths. They're doing chords, but every note in the chord is out of tune. Although I think they might be moving in the same pattern of out of tuneness, if that makes sense. They're like all like that. And then there's a delay that comes in when he brings this in. This is reminiscent of the kind of descending line that he put in that Halsey track, Bells in Santa Fe. It starts to create complexity. It's near the end. Not even yet, right? Maybe like, oh wait. And they bring all that out. Okay, let's listen to This Changes Everything. Very retro. Video gamey. Which is appropriate. Filters. This has that sound of like a minor or major scale without any of the spicy notes. It's the theme from Init. I think that track probably makes more sense in the context of the movie. It switches direction too many times to feel like I can listen to it. You know, I'm just when I'm getting into it, it's the drum stop or something stops, lines don't complete. It's kind of frustrating, but I imagine it's written exactly the way it is for the movie, whatever scene this is. So, you know, I'm not knocking it as a cue. It wasn't exactly the same theme as Init, but it is reminiscent. Same key, and then it goes, and then I think it's a variation essentially, and it reminds you, which is exactly what a good theme that develops in the movie will do, right? It'll subliminally tell you that what you're watching is related somehow to the other thing you've already watched. Next is In the Image of. It's an add 9 chord. 9 Inch Nails chord. Sounds straight out of the 80s. Sorry. There we go. I'm glad they repeated that. I wasn't sure if they were going to, and I was like, come on, repeat it. It just needs to happen again. And then change. From there, it kind of lost focus for me, but I like this. That's really cool. Contrary motion. Okay, next is I Know You Can Feel It. Very electro. Okay. Trip hop. Really nice groove. I wonder if Boys Noise had anything to do with this one or not. Because it does feel, I mean, it's not that Trent hasn't done slower grooves like this before, you know, even deeper, or even Me I'm Not, but it does feel like a departure somehow. It's just a feeling I have. You know, I can feel it. Can't help but want to compare it to Angel. It feels very Angel inspired. I think similarly, I mean, similar tempo and everything, but the bass just sort of right whereas Angel goes. They just, I don't know, something about the way they're pulsing similarly. And then the fact that it just sort of stays on the C with the occasional, which is just like a note change. It's not really a chord change. So it's very stagnant and stuck, just the way Angel is. And then even in his vocal styling, it kind of sounds like he was inspired by the more snake-like, high, like ultra vibrato of Horace Andy. And yeah, just a little bit of that. Nothing crazy. I can't exactly remember any of the melodies though, but I think if I just listen to it a bunch of times, it'll stick with me. I do kind of remember a moment where there was this 3 notes he did up. Yeah, I think it was those because it kind of reminded me of Are You Sure This Is What You Want? Yeah, and then it kind of came to that major third. It's such a hip thing to do. Yeah. I think this one is going to grow on me. I think on paper, it seems like it should be my favorite, but it's not. Okay. Next one is Permanence. It sounds kind of like stuttery strings, but I know it's not. It's something cooler than that. It's like it could be just a synth pad with a really interesting gate. That's really neat. I like that. It's like a suspended chord with a seventh, but which is not a weird chord. It's a beautiful chord, but everything's all clustered together, and it's sort of a mixture of modes with this one. There's some chromatic. They don't normally go together. Right here. Too. Okay, next is Infiltrator. Hey now. Go off, boys noise. Like little guttural. Dope. Next is 100% Expendable. We got a line cliche. Chord. Hotel California progression, half of it, and then sometimes they go like 75% of the way, but it's not exactly the same. But as a result, it felt sort of like, yeah, I've heard this. I've heard this a million times. I'm like, okay. I'm sure in the context of the movie, it's like really exciting and grand and amazing. Like, I mean, the sound design's kind of cool. It does sound very like 80s, again, detuned, sort of crumbling cassette tape, but not quite so degraded. I mean, it still has a lot of low end and high end. It's not lo-fi. It's just kind of warbly and crackly. Next is Still Remains. Well, I love that. That's absolutely exquisite. I don't know what exactly the genre of that thing is. It's like film score piano music, but I have so many songs, unfinished songs like that. Partly inspired by him, also just, you like film score music, you play piano since you were a kid, it's going to happen. It's inevitable. But that was just so gorgeous. Mixolydian flat 6 in the beginning. Sorry. That's that haunting sound that he brings to everything. I didn't even know the skill existed until I started analyzing Nine Inch Nails music. Right? Right? I mean, you could play basically anything in the scale and you're like, wow, that's the best thing I've ever heard in my life. And then he does a little, to a kind of a G feeling. No, I had the suspension, never mind. Maybe it was like that. It was a mode mixture either way. Maybe it was an E minor to an E major. And then, sorry, that A flat should be called a G sharp. And then D, and then C, flat 6 to a kind of a, almost like it feels like it goes home to major town. Beautiful arrangement, gorgeous like layers in the back of pads and they had some little like parallel third things, which is definitely something like Trentism. I love that one. I'm gonna listen to that one again. Next is Who Wants to Live Forever.
Something Saw it on your face. We all know our place. I don't wanna be here anymore.
I like that chord.
Please hold on to me. All of us are here to die. Voices calling, someplace I could never go. Oh, I wish I didn't know. If I could stay here,
That's pretty.
I could find a way somehow. Think I would know better
Okay, interesting. I really liked that last part. It was more my speed. It just really, I felt more. I felt something when that. And I guess this singer is Judaline. And she's in octaves, I think, with Trent there. Or maybe they just pitched her voice down. I'm not sure. But I thought that just that combination of choices was really working for me. The other part, I don't know. It might be another grower. All right, well, I just realized there's like a million more tracks, so I have to move forward. Building Better Worlds. Aha! Hotel Tronifornia. Do like a bunch of triads. Okay, next is target identified. Hey, themes. We got themes. Wow, that sounds amazing. The bends are good. back. All right, I forgot to talk about that melody. It's fucking weird. Almost too weird. Groove for a second. See how they pass that theme around a bunch of different instruments? That's nice. Oh, next is called Daemonize. I thought it said Daemonize. Okay. My streaming software played Target Identified again, though it said it was playing Daemonize. Okay. Was that the end of it? No, okay. I like that. You know, I want to say something. I'm listening to this as a Nine Inch Nails fan. I have never seen TRON. Any of the TRONs. I'm not planning on seeing this one either. It's just not, I don't know. It's just, for whatever reason, I'm not drawn to it. I can't comment on how this score compares to past ones. I can't comment on how well it supports the movie or the plot or the world that's been built. No idea, except that I know that there's blue and green. I'm sorry, I meant blue and red, and there's like these cars that they drive, kind of on like lighted lines. So anyway, you can roast me in the comments for never having seen TRON. I also will say though that I'm not sure I understand the decision behind making this a Nine Inch Nails album, because to me, I mean, if you compare it to Ghosts could be seen as lots of moods, right? Rife with film score material, a collection, yeah? But it's all instrumental. This doesn't feel like Ghosts-like to me. It feels like a movie score. I'm curious what made them feel like they wanted to market it that way. It does have some songs on it. I get that. And maybe that's why, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe y'all know more about this than I do. I don't think I'm going to be able to consider this a Nine Inch Nails album. Like when I'm looking back on the discography, I'm going to think of this as a film score. Next is What Have You Done? So many moments like that where the energy just dies, and I'm like, I know they did that on purpose, but when you're just listening to it as a song, it's so unsatisfying. I'll say more about that in a second. I'll elaborate. Oof, that's real. Ugh. God, I wonder what it's like to hear this in this movie theater. It seemed like it could be pretty fucking overwhelming. Maybe in a good way, though. So what I was saying before is energy dying. It's weird. It's like you can have contrast. You can have breakdowns, right? Where it doesn't feel like the energy died. It feels, yes, baby, I know. It feels like the energy has gone dormant and it's coming back any minute to kill you. Imagine the difference between two people fighting and they're screaming in each other's faces versus they're staring at each other and nothing's being said, but you can feel the electricity in the room. It's like, the energy is still there even though it's quiet. So you can create that musically, but there's got to be a little follow through, I think, to get to that point. So for example, if you've got these blah, and then you just don't do it, that feels like the energy died. If you give it a blah, if you like throw the ball and let it fall on the ground and then stay there, you've got to follow through, and now you've got that breakdown. But if you just go to throw it and then you just stop, that's where it feels, and then you just drop it. There's a lot of moments like that in this score that feel like that. But again, my critique is only as just a listener sitting here in my little corner of my room, not seeing the movie, not understanding, what that choice was about. Because I bet you Trent Reznor is nothing if not incredibly meticulous and intentional about everything. So I'm sure there's very, very good reasons. But without the movie, some of these cues aren't working very well for me. And that's okay, because it's okay if it's a film score, but if it's supposed to be an album, then it doesn't feel quite okay. Like it sort of feels like, how can this be an album if it was designed for a movie? You're supporting another form of art, and some film scores stand alone great, but at the same time, it's still a film score. Maybe I'm having some stupid hot takes right now. I've been at this for a little while. Let me keep moving. All right, next is A Question of Trust. I like this one. Ghost in the Machine. There's that 80s sound again. Which you know is my favorite thing in the whole world. Next is No Going Back. Okay, this sounds like a reprise of Who Wants to Live Forever, maybe? Yes. Big Fred. Next is Nemesis. The same descending line. Okay, next is Out in the World. That's a great cue. I wish that was like a 5-minute song. That's some good stuff. Shadow Over Me. I like that one. That's good. And it's cool to hear the Init. It's the theme. That theme is used in Init and somewhere else. More some of the cues near the end here. And then to get the payoff of like, oh, this is what it came from. At least that's how it feels. Who knows which came first. As Alive as You Need Me to Be has the other theme in it that gets used a lot. And because I've already analyzed the theme, I guess, in Init, then I feel like, okay, sort of just leaving it be. But I do think that had a lot of the Nine Inch Noise sound, which I think I really like. I think they complement each other in a really special way, and it just works. And I love the sort of mid-tempo dance groove, and the effects on his voice on this one were very cool. I mean, there was like a vocoder chorus, which was interesting, but even, during the verse, as things start to get crackly and break apart more, his voice also follows suit, and that's just a good feeling. Sweet. All right. Finally. I've been trying to do this for weeks. Thanks for watching. Love to know what you think. Tell me if I should break my streak of not seeing TRON and see TRON. Of course you're going to tell me to see TRON. Who wouldn't? Until next time, my friends. Have a good one.